From my own investigation, it looks like the ArriveCan apps on both Android and iPhone have permissions to use your fitness data, which means in theory that the app could be tracking whatever your phone is logging, sleep cycles, heart rate, and if you're a woman, maybe your menstrual cycles too. The ArriveCan app was caught out using location data. In fact, very specifically find location data, which allows as close as possible to the meter location information by using GPS, Wi-Fi, and mobile cell data all correlated together. When digital systems and data are merged together, they give a wider view on the dataset. In this case, the people are the dataset, and the data being merged is from public health and border services. You can see here that the data is coming from the ArriveCan app, namely public health data, and from contact trace, which is border services data. The data is being linked together in a database and then also drilled down into with a data dashboard.
The information is being used coming from ArriveCan versus how much of the travelers are coming from contact trace, which is the border services agent entering that information.
Ring the bell, share this video, subscribe, and let's put an end to ArriveCan. The e-declaration app has been until now a voluntary app that received very little uptake. Marco Mendicino, who I like to call Mendacious Marco, announced that the functionality of the e-declaration app will now be inside ArriveCan, which of course they like to push as being mandatory under penalties of the Quarantine Act. The messaging is contradicted with fact, as the ArriveCan app itself in the description states that it is not necessary for Canadian citizens to use, and then you cannot be stopped from boarding a flight or entering Canada if you decide not to use it. Knowledge is power. More info on getting into Canada and getting on planes without the app in the previous video. What was supposed to be a temporary app is now becoming entrenched and instrumental as a key component of what is being called the border of the future.
Safer, faster, better. We are working towards the border of the future.
The same email address that is used for the ArriveCan app must be used for testing. Third-party companies receive these email addresses from the Public Health Service Agency, PHAC. Well, it turns out these email addresses have been sold to others, and unsolicited emails, also known as spam, have been sent by private companies who have this data from public health. The Privacy Commission has a statement to that effect. This only shows how your information, if given to the government under the auspices of using the ArriveCan app, ends up in other people's hands. You know that they're collecting, merging, and analyzing whatever data they can glean from the app being installed on your phone. It's possible that anything linked like a Fitbit or a heart monitor just ends up in their database. What's to say that that same information, just like your email, doesn't end up in third parties' hands that you didn't consent to? In effect, you have mandatory use, mandatory instructions to follow, and a mandatory declaration of your personal information to third parties. Is there any trust left in this technocratic system that we seem to inhabit? At this point, I refer you to the previous videos where I outline how to avoid using the app entirely to maintain your private information and your freedom. Freedom is essential and non-negotiable. It's why we say hail freedom. My name is Rohan Kumar Pall, and I've been a professional software developer for 22 years, most recently as a chief technical officer for a startup in Ottawa before being fired for streaming at the Freedom Convoy. H for honor, A for accountability, I for integrity, and L for loyalty, old virtues that need a modern application. Hail, brethren! Hail freedom! I founded a comic book company that celebrates heroism while entertaining and featuring top quality art and story. We successfully crowdfunded Vestige number 1 and number 2. Vestige number 3 launches in a week, and spreading the word is a great way to help me with my business. Be sure to get on our mailing list at wcfreedom.com. We'll also be sending freedom updates. If you have experiences with either contesting a ticket or your traveling experiences with the ArriveCan app, please email me at rokaku8@gmail.com. That's ROKAKU8@gmail.com. See the description for more contact info. Thank you. Hail, brethren! H for honor, A for accountability, I for integrity, and L for loyalty. Hail freedom!